In 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, welcome back to our daily Bible study. Today is June the 2nd. We are chronologically going through the Bible, and we're about, let's see, 930 to 900 BC currently where we're at right now in the study. Today we're going to be in 1 Kings and the 2nd Chronicles,
Yes.
covering the story of Jeroboam and Rehoboam. If you remember from yesterday, where we were at was the two kingdoms divided, right? There's Israel in the north and Judah in the south. Used to be one kingdom, the one kingdom of Israel, the one nation of Israel. They are still all Israelites, but what we're seeing now is the northern or the greater kingdom of Israel, the 10 tribes, since they have branched off, and they are led by Rehoboam. Wait, I got that backward. Jeroboam, I think. Again, you got two different Boams. One's leading is basically king over Israel. The other one's king over Judah. Jerusalem and the temple of God is in Jerusalem in the kingdom of Judah. But so what we see is now that the other nation of Israel, or that the kingdom of Israel, is apart from the rest of Judah and Jerusalem and the temple of God, they quickly fall into idolatry, wickedness, and they just look like the rest of the world looks like, okay, as far as just how wicked and sinful they are. So that might be Frankie. Come here. Sit down. Sorry. Hey, Mom. And so that's where we're at as far as the timeline or chronologically in the Bible is in this period now where, okay, so Solomon, we went through the life and reign of King David, and then he passed the rule down to King Solomon, his son, and from Solomon it was passed down to, Rehoboam and Jeroboam. Rehoboam is his son, who takes the throne of Judah, and he's not that great of a king, because we've seen that he was given the opportunity to win the people's loyalty for the rest of the tribes of Israel, but he chose instead his pride. He chose to he listened to the advice of the elders, which is always a good thing to do if you're going to make a decision, especially in his shoes as king, right? He went and he asked for the advice of the elders around him, who were, again, they were advisors for his dad, Solomon. And so they've been around. They're very wise. Solomon was very wise. And so he asked them what their advice was and what he should do as far as with the people to win their loyalty. And they gave them his advice. They said, basically, serve the people as a servant, right? And love them and treat them kindly. And instead, he turns around, he listens to his friends' advice. His friends are his peers, right? People his age. As a lot of times we foolishly do, and I'm talking about myself as well. In the past, I'll take the consideration and the advice from my peers and people that are younger, because I hang out with them, they're my friends, over the advice and wisdom that I've had from more experienced older folks, because I feel like, we can tend to feel like they're just out of touch with reality because they're older, right? But in reality, they've lived a lot longer than we have, and so we should take their wisdom, we should take their advice and use that in our decision making, instead of just saying, okay, well, thanks for your input, I'm not going to listen to anything that you said. And but so we see a complete contrast to Solomon. Solomon was the wisest man to have ever lived, right? His wisdom was given to him by God. His son, Rehoboam, not the wisest man to have ever lived. He immediately, right off the bat, does something completely stupid and disregards the wisdom of the elders that were there to help him, that were there to help kind of guide him and help him to lead in this new position of leadership, him as a young king. And he completely disregarded their opinion, their advice. And so one of the takeaways there was listen to godly advice, okay? Understanding and knowing what godly advice sounds like, for one. Hey, Michael. And then heeding that advice, or heeding their warnings, understanding, that what they're saying, what they're giving you is based off of probably life experience that they have learned, okay? And so a lot of times life experience, if you don't have to learn it through living yourself, because most life experience is hard, is learned the hard way, right? Through trial and error. And so if you can learn life experience from somebody older than you that is trying to be wise and trying to help you out with you as you're making decisions coming up through life, it's best to listen to them, because they've been there, they've done that, and they're trying to help you avoid the same mistakes that they've made. But that's not Rehoboam. We see Rehoboam as a foolish young man who's going to do what he wants to do. And so that's where, okay, since that's the approach that he took, he caused a division in the kingdom. And now a majority of the 10 tribes out of the 12 tribes of Israel have decided to go their own way. And so that's what we get when we don't heed godly advice from people that God puts into our lives to help us, right?